Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta, trying to keep up with all the stocks moving off the back of earnings. Kriti, good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. Let's kick it off with a caffeine boost if we can, as we should start off every morning. And if you're not drinking caramel lattes, you absolutely should. I think that's what's helping Starbucks' numbers this morning. SBUX is the ticker you want to keep an eye on. Higher by 4.5% this morning, trading about $97 and change. Pretty big move for Starbucks after they reported better than expected net revenue. Now, look, these are still not strong numbers necessarily. The comp sales for the third quarter is minus 2%. The estimate was minus 1.5%. But the thinking here is that the net revenue is still coming in higher. The estimate there was about $9.3 billion. They came in with $9.5 billion. So one of those stories where you shooting for a B+, you get a B-, and that's good enough.
Okay.
I think is the way to think about
Write
it
that
for
on the
Starbucks
cup.
shares. Exactly. SBUX higher by 4.5%. Well, when I think of coffee, I think about what goes good with it. And maybe Oreos, Nathan?
Yeah, you can dip an Oreo in a cup of coffee. Why not?
Sure. Why not? Do a little sugar boost in the morning. It takes us nicely to the Oreo maker, Mondelez. MDLZ also under pressure this morning, down about 1%, trading just shy of $69 a share. Now, I thought this was interesting because they're basically saying that my habit of stress eating is not really how the rest of the country operates. They're saying unease around the economy drove a bigger than expected decline in North American sales in the second quarter. I would think unease around the economy would include more snacking. I guess not for Mondelez. They are worried, though, about, they're saying that consumer sentiment is eating into some of their sales numbers, not just here in the States, but of course around the world. And those price increases that they had put on earlier in the year are certainly not offsetting that in the way that they were hoping. And sticking with that unease in the economy, we got to talk about Hershey's now that we're on the snacking train. Anyway, Hershey shares are also down under pressure for a similar reason. They're talking about tariff costs of at least $170 million to $180 million. That is up from its estimate of $15 to $20 million. So a giant hit when it comes to the tariff impact, and significantly larger than what they expected. So HSY is your ticker for Hershey's, down about 1.2%, trading at $184 a share. So lots going on there in terms of the snacking place and certainly in the caramel latte space as well. But let's talk a little bit about credit cards and insurance. I feel like that's the natural transition.
Sure.
Visa shares are in the spotlight this morning. V is the ticker. Now they are sliding. Their fiscal year profit outlook looking unchanged at the moment, but they are expecting earnings to get a little bit better. Basically, this is a little bit of a womp-womp result when it comes out from Visa, down about 2% this morning, trading at $344 a share. Let's stick with Humana because that's the next one that I want to really bring to everyone's attention this morning. HUM soaring higher by 7.5%, trading at $250 a share. This is not really a move that we traditionally see from the health insurers and certainly not from Humana, but not only did their revenue top their estimates, they also raised their full year outlook. So some good news for the Humana stock.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.